All right, let's talk about your offer. Now, when we go through the paperwork, there'll be a lot of details that we cover, but there's actually only 4 things that you're really going to care about. The first is the option period, second is your earnest money, the third is your close date, and the fourth is your offer price on the house. So for the option period, this is the unrestricted right to terminate the contract for any reason. It's got 2 components. It's got a time component and a money component. So the option period has a specified time. Typically, we're going to go for about 7 to 10 days, but you have to buy that right. So we'll typically offer somewhere between $100 and $500 to get the right to terminate the contract for any reason. The second thing that we'll talk about is your earnest money. Earnest money is the financial show of good faith that you intend to close on the contract. Typically, we'll go for about 1% of the total purchase price of the property. Now, this is key. The earnest money is safe during the option period. If you decide to terminate during the option period, you actually get that earnest money back. The third thing we'll look at is your closing date. Now, usually, people are going to go for about 30 to 60 days for a closing timeline. So about 30 to 60 days after we get the contract done, we'll look for a closing date. You might need a little less time or a little bit more time, but typically lenders are going to want to need at least 30 days to get your paperwork done, and usually sellers and buyers need a little bit more than that to get ready anyway. The final thing, and probably the thing you're most focused on right now, is the offer price. We're really going to evaluate 2 key pieces of information for that. First is, what's the market paying? So we're going to look at other properties that have sold in the past 90 days that are similar to this one, and we're going to come up with what we think is a reasonable price to offer on the property. The second thing we're going to look at, though, are the negotiation conditions. Look, if there's 7 offers on this property, we are going to come in with the strongest financial position we possibly can in order to try to secure the right to evaluate that property during the option period. On the other hand, if the property has been on the market for 6 months and there aren't a lot of offers on it, and there's not a lot of activity, we're going to come in pretty aggressively to try to get a pretty good deal on the property. It really just depends on what the negotiation conditions are as we're preparing the offer. So again, there's really 4 things that we're going to focus our attention on. First is the option period. Second, how much earnest money. Third, when do we want to close? And finally, what's the price that we're going to offer that we think will ultimately get the property for you?